This
how to
conference will now
create
be recorded.
everything we'll be learning. So in that graphic design we'll be starting with Photoshop. So let me show you one PPT introduction about the Photoshop. So we'll go with that. I'll share my screen here. And we'll be learning Photoshop first. And Photoshop is firstly it's a raster based editing software. You know what is raster? So raster is first thing we'll be editing with the pixels. So we'll be editing with the pixels here. So can anyone tell me what is picture made up of? Guys, can anyone tell me what is how the picture is made up of? Okay, I'll tell you. Pictures are made up
Ma'am, your
of
voice is
pixels.
breaking. We can't hear you.
Uh-huh. Okay. Please put off all your speakers, off your speakers, off the mic. One sec, guys. So Photoshop is from Adobe package. Adobe is a software where it is application software and it is also called a packaged software. Why? Because in Adobe we do have so many other softwares. Not only this raster based editing software, we do have many softwares like video editing software, vector based software, and for print medias and all they'll use InDesign, and for audio editing purpose they use Adobe Audition, and in Adobe package we do have animation also. Adobe animation is also there. So in that firstly we are going to learn the base of graphic design is a Photoshop, because most of the tools and techniques will continue in other softwares also. So Photoshop is completely raster based software and it is available in 26 languages, and this is the logo of it, Photoshop. So these are the original authors who developed that Adobe. Thomas Cannell and John Cannell, one of famous Indians though they are. So it is initially released in 19th February 1990. So we'll be editing with the pixels here. Mostly we'll be editing with the pixels and photo editing, everything we'll be doing here. And not only photo editing, manipulation thing and everything. I'll show you what are all the works we can do here. And here in this Photoshop, we'll be saving our files in a PSD format, .psd format. So we'll be having many more formats also. We can save it in other formats also. If I'm creating GIF, and we can create a GIF animations also here in Photoshop, and we can make anything in the Photoshop. Like for next classes and all, you will be learning about vector based and print medias, and today you're gonna learn raster based. And in this raster also you can create vector based work. And we'll be switching with the color modes, and I'll be telling you further that about the color modes. So we can switch the color modes and we can work in that. So this is the format, PSD format we'll be using in this. And mostly JPG is the main picture format, and we can do the PNG pictures also by editing. And these are all the types of work we'll be doing in Photoshop. Photoshop is a creative software where you can create anything however you want. You just know to do the techniques, and you should know the tools, how to work with the tools and how to do the techniques, how to handle with the technique, everything. So if you know the technique and tools, it will be easy and useful for your further business and all. And you know what? Most of the professions without graphic designing department, they cannot promote their business. So if they want to market, whether it is in a traditional marketing or a digital marketing, however it is, but they must need these kinds of graphic designs for their promotions. So for that, graphic designing is very important, and in that Photoshop is the base thing where you're gonna learn that. So in type of works in Photoshop is black and white to color. Like this, you can convert any black and white image into color. You can turn any images. And further, and you can do digital painting also. And these kinds of dispersion effects also you can learn in Photoshops, where this and all it is used in magazine cover page, or some in magazines they can use these kinds of effects also. And you can create a movie posters also. You know, movie poster is the main thing where it if it attracts only, then only the customers will go and watch that particular movie. So all kinds of that movie poster and all, it is designed in this Photoshop only, and they can design however they wish to. See, these kinds of movie poster and all, they can design in Photoshop. And your posters also, if you want to design that poster in a business theme, or if you want to design that in a festival theme, however you want, you can design in Photoshop also. But those are all vector based, and you can switch that color mode here also and you can work. But this, especially Photoshop, is good for raster based editing. In each and every software we can do all kinds of work, but that specially, that special softwares are designed to that special works only. So Photoshop is designed for specially raster based working. So you can do any type of raster based work here, and that will give you the best result here. And we can do mosaic, we can create here, see, mosaic effect, we can create mosaic effect, and we can do gif animations also. You can create gif animations for the particular logos where it can pop up. If you want to show your logo to be pop, so you can show that in this, you can make a gif for that. So let me start with that Photoshop. So here, let me open the Photoshop, and we are using the Photoshop of CC version, that is updated version. The older version is CS version. So today we are using the CC version of Photoshop, that is the updated one. CC means Creative Cloud. So this is the Photoshop software we are entering into. So we'll be getting the work area first. We need to design the work area, and then we need to design something on top of it. So I'll show you how to work, how to do with this. See, this is the work area of Photoshop. If you open, you will get like this, and in that you should create your Canva first. So here we can call canvas or artboard, anything like that. Okay. So we are just creating a artboard now. On top of it, we're gonna design. So first we need to create artboard however we want, however the client tell. So we should create based on that. So here, see, if I open this, create new. So I'll be getting an option like this. So in this we'll be having so many options. I'll tell you each and everything. See here, If you want to customize your artboard means you can customize it manually. I'll come to this further. So firstly, I'll tell you recent means in recent which and all the documents which I mean like artboard if I have taken, so it will be in a recent items. So if I have saved any file means it will be in save. So if I take a photo means if you want to edit any, if you want to give any effects to the photos or something like that, so you will be getting some photo measurements also here. So you can see here many measurements in landscape or a portrait, however you want. You can take if you want, if you are editing with these kinds of measurement, so you can take this. Or else if you want, if you are designing for printing purpose means you will be getting a printing measurements also A4, A5, B5, letter, legal, table, like that. And if you are doing it for art and illustration means, so you can get the particular measurements here. So you can see here if you want particular measurements you can get it here, or else you can manually take here. And if you are doing it, if you are uploading for a uploading it for a web, if you have any websites, and if you want to upload any of your poster or any of your designs, any of your effects, whatever you are creating here in the Photoshop, if you want to upload particular design into your websites means you can use these kinds of measurements, or else you can manually take. It's up to you. So but they'll be giving some measurements according to it. If you want you can. And here mobile, for mobile uploadings also. And nowadays you can see the digital marketing, social media marketings are running fast nowadays. So if you want to upload some designs, effects into your mobiles means, so particularly you can see here iPhone and Androids also, it will be here. So you can take particular measurements and you can design it, yeah, and you can upload it there. You can save and you can up. And if you are uploading for a film and a video, particular video, and you can see those particular thumbnails you'll be getting in YouTube's. If you have seen any, I mean like if you go to some particular bloggers or anything, they'll be giving some particular thumbnails particular about their videos. So you can create particular thumbnails in the Photoshops also. For that they'll be giving some measurements here. So if you want that you can take, or else you can take manually here. So most of the measurement will be given here. So you can use it if you want, or else if you want any particular inches or anything, so you can take it here. Firstly, if you are giving any width and height, before that you need to select any of this pixel or inches, centimeters, millimeters, points or because like that. So I am selecting the inches here, and it is like 11 and 10. And for practice purpose I'll be taking this measurement, only this measurement, and you can take however you wish to. And you know resolution is there here, and this is really very important concept here. resolution Resolution means quality of the picture. And if you have given their less quality like 72 or something like that, you will be getting a blurred one. And you know what, if you see the picture, if you keep on zooming it, you'll get a blurriness there. So that blurry is like if you have given any lesser quality of resolution means you'll get that blurriness. And if you have given 300 you can get a best quality of picture, HD one, you'll call no that HD one. So if you have given 300, so you'll get like that. So 72 is minimum and maximum is 300, and 300 is must and should you should give. So if you have If you give that particular 300 means your picture will be in good quality. And here what I'm telling is color mode. So color mode, I told you know before when I am showing that when I'm sharing that PPT, so I told you about the color mode. Color mode is really very important here. So Photoshop is a raster based software which I told you before. Raster based means we'll be editing with the pixels and pictures here. So for that we'll be having separate color mode. So color mode is here RGB. So RGB, and we'll be having many more color mode also here, but especially for raster based editing software we'll be using RGB color mode only. And if it is for vector based, which I told you, poster, brochure or billboards or like anything business cards like that, those are all vector based work. So for that vector based work we'll be using the CMYK color here. So there are many other color modes also. So however you want, depends upon your work, you can switch that color mode and you can use it before doing that work. So we'll be using and we'll be working with the pixel. So we'll be using here RGB color mode for raster based editing. RGB means red, green, blue. So that is RGB. CMYK means cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So bitmap and grayscale here. So if you have switched to grayscale means even after putting, I mean like even after putting the color images also, you'll be getting the gray only here. So that's why we don't touch all other any other color. And bitmap is a older one. Lab color is also, we can switch any other colors also. We can customize our color. So but these two are the main colors where we are using for our work. So RGB is the main color mode we'll be working with from now on. Whatever we'll be working, so we'll be working with the RGB color mode. And for movie posters also, if you want to, I mean like if you're doing for a movie posters or any other posters also, you can switch that to CMYK or RGB. And here background color, and we are just creating a artboard here, not a design anything like that. We are just creating a artboard here. On top of it, further if I enter with the artboard, you'll be getting many more menus and tools and property bars, everything will be getting there. So here we are just creating the artboard here, artboard thing. So that the artboard, if I want that in a white color or black color or a background color, I can customize it, or else I can put that to transparent also. Anyhow, we can select that. And here I can select the orientations also. I can select the orientation of artboard and I can design the work particular. So after all selecting everything, so you'll be getting the advanced options also here. Color profiles. So color profiles are here. CGB and other things like this. So we'll be selecting the same color. So if I select the RGB here, it will take here the color mode. And pixels aspect ratio is also here. Square pixels is there. This is normal thing. And the most important thing is here 300 and RGB and the width and height, however you are taking. I mean like the measurement and artboard color. So after all, just give create here. So this will be your artboard. So this is the work area of Photoshop you'll be getting. So this is the main thing, artboard. till now we have created only the artboard thing. So on top of it we'll be working with the tools and menus and other options also. Okay. And yeah, these are all the menus. These are all the menus, and here these are all the tools group, and this is the property bar, status bar, and here we'll be getting the color palette or swatches, gradient patterns, and many other designing effects also, and we'll be having a layers. And you know what, this is the only software where we can work with the layers. Even if I'm putting some dots, or if I'm putting some small tiny circle also, I should create that in a separate layers. So this is the layer based working software. And in each and other softwares, in other softwares also we can create the layers also, but in this software mainly we will be working with the layers only. So this is the layer. So this is the layer palette. So here we can add layer or we can delete layer, anything like that. So we'll be working with the layers. And firstly, okay, firstly, we'll be learning the two tools for today, move tool and the elliptical marquee tool. And if I right click on this, we'll be getting other tools also here, elliptical tool, rectangular marquee tool, single row and single column marquee tool, like that. And for today's class, I'll be teaching you how to create a drawing in the Photoshop. First class, it's a first class, so you need to get comfortable with the software. So for that, you need to comfortable with get the comfortable with tools and the designs, colors and everything, and with the control keys also. So for that, I'll be teaching you the two tools, only the two tools for today. And we'll be learning how to add the layers also, and how to work with the property bar also. Everything I'll be teaching you today. So okay, we'll start off with the work. Okay, we'll be starting. I'll be taking here the rectangular marquee tool. If I right click, so I'll get the other options also inside of that elliptical marquee tool. So I am taking here the rectangular marquee tool. So I'm just taking and dragging here. So I'll be getting the dotted or dashed lines. So in that, I'll just in this plus symbol, you can see the plus symbol here in the layer panel. So in the layer panel, can you see the plus symbol? So just click on that. So if you click on that, the layers will be adding there. Okay. So I have created the dotted lines here by using rectangular marquee tool, and after that I'll be adding the layers here, and for that I need to give a color now. So for that I can select color from here also, or else I can select from here also, or else I can go to swatches also, and in swatches I'll be having many more options here. So I'll be getting the RGB palette, CMYK, grayscale. So like this I'll be getting many more palettes, so I can select in three ways the color. So I'll be selecting here. So this is the foreground color and the background color. Here foreground color, and on background color we'll be having the black here. So I can switch these colors also like this, or else if I double click I'll be getting the color panel here, color picker panel. So in that I can select any color I want. So I am taking here cyan color. So I'll take a cyan here. I'll give a OK. So if I select a color, it will be here only. It will be here only. It will not affect there. It will not affect, or it will not apply there anything. So I am just selecting color only for here. If I want to apply color there means I need to give Alt plus backspace. Alt backspace. If you give Alt backspace, see, colors will apply there. Whatever you have selected there, see the layer also it has applied there. So I can hide or unhide also here. So whatever the dotted lines are here, so for that my color what I have selected, the color that have been applied here. So if you want to apply a color, just give a alt backspace, alt backspace to give a color. Okay. So now if you want to deselect this dotted lines means you need to do control D. If you do control D, so the dotted lines will go. So you will be deselecting that dotted lines. Okay. And if you want to undo or redo, same thing, normal, control Z and control Y is undo and redo. For control Z is for undo, control Y is for redo, remember that. And if you press control Z here, and if you press control Z here, see the dotted lines will appear again. So if you want to deselect the dotted lines, just press control D. Okay. And after applying the color like this, so now I will draw something here. Okay. In this is my background. So in this background I have given the cyan color, and next I'll be creating a road here. So I'm creating a road. For that I am using rectangular marquee tool only. Rectangular marquee tool only. And I'm adding a layer here. again in this plus symbol. If I click on the plus symbol, again the layer will be added here, layer 2. And you can just give a name for this also. Further I'll tell you how to give a name for that layer. So first I will switch this color. I'll be switching this color background to foreground. Now I'll be applying. So here you will be just selecting whatever the color you need. After, if you want to apply means, you will be clicking alt backspace to apply color there. Okay, and control D to deselect that line, dotted lines. And further we should add a track for that crossing. So we'll be taking a track there in the road. So for that I am using in the property bar, we'll be having option here. See, any if I'm taking any of this option, the property bar will appear, and we can use those editing also. Here I'll be getting some subtract selection and add selection. So here I'm taking subtract selection to subtract that line. Okay, if I subtract that line only, then only the tracks will appear. So if I want to subtract, so sorry, if I want to subtract, I'm selecting the subtract selection. So now I'm subtracting it. See, it got divided. Same thing we should do here. So it is subtracted now. So now you can apply the color. And before applying a color, after doing everything, after drawing everything, I told you to create a layer, remember. So for now I will not creating a layer. I'll be showing now like that only. See, I'm applying a color now. I'll apply white color, white for it. Alt backspace. See, control D. So if I want to move, I'm taking a move tool here to move that object, selected one. If I am moving that particular thing, say thing, everything will move. So that's why we should be adding a layer. Everything should be in separate layers. Control Z for undo. Okay, Control Z for undo. So now I'll be taking other layer, and I will just apply the color, and Control D. Now you can move separately the track. Okay, so you can move the track separately. That's why even if you are putting some dot also, it should be in separate layer. And if you have merged that layer means, you it will move, everything will move, all the objects will move at a time. So that's why everything should be in separate layer. So before doing it, remember that adding layer and then add that. So now I have created this road. So I'll add some gates also here. So for that I'm taking here rectangular marquee tool only. So I'm taking here. First you draw however you want, then add a layer. Okay. See, now I'm drawing it. So I'm taking here add selection. So before I have taken subtract selection. So now I'm taking add selection here. I'm just adding with that. Properly create and add it. I'm just doing a roughly here. So you, if when you are doing, do it properly, okay? And here you'll not get any particular measurements for this gate thing. You're just adding it. You are just drawing it here by using this tools, okay? So now I should add a layer. So now I'll be adding a layer now. So it's a fourth layer. And if you are confused with the layer, whatever you have done, so just hide and unhide. You'll get to know what which layer it is. Okay, now I should add a color. So I'm going in here, going to the color picker. In color picker, I should select some color here. I'll select the brown. And if I want to apply color, I told you before, alt backspace to give a color. And then after giving the color, you should deselect the dotted lines. Just press Ctrl D to deselect that particular thing. See here, what happened? If you want to zoom, so just press Ctrl plus to zoom. Okay, and if you have pressed Ctrl plus means the screen will be full. So if you want to move that object, just click on the space bar. You'll get hand symbol like this, and after move with the mouse. So now you can see the gate is front of the road. So I should put that behind that road. So what I should do means I'm taking this layer and I'm putting this behind of that behind of that road. Yes, now it is behind of the road only. Yes. Now after that, after putting it, so control minus to zoom out, zoom in and zoom out, control plus and control minus, okay? And here you can see the gate. So if you want to arrange properly means just press control T to transform. It is for transformation, okay? So you can put that gate however you want, okay, like this. And now it should go behind us, behind the road. So I'm putting this behind the road. So now you can see behind the road, okay? So arrange this properly like this. And after doing everything, I should add the sun, and this is the most important thing where we'll be giving the feather here. And I'll tell you how to work with the feather also now. And now for sun, if I want to do sun, so I should take elliptical, not a rectangle, because we should get a circle there. So for that, I'm taking the elliptical here. So for if you want the perfect circle means you need to hold shift and then you should do circle. See, so hold shift to get the perfect circle. Then I'm adding the color here. So I'm adding white color here. So I have selected the color now, and after selecting a color I should add a layer, and then I should apply the color now. And I told you before, if you want to apply the color means just alt backspace, it will apply easily apply there. And control D to deselect, and I should reduce the size of that circle now. I should reduce the size of that circle. So for that I should click control T to transformation of that circle. Then in the corners only you should go with the corners only, then you can do that. Okay, don't go from the top or a middle, right, left, like that. Go from the corner only to reduce the size of the sun. So now after doing it, so in this sun, so I should give the feather where feather means where it will spread the color from the edges. So it looks like smudged one. I'll show you now. So I should before taking a circle I should increase the feather rate. So if you increase the feather rate means the edges of that whatever you are selecting, it will be smudged or spreaded. So if you want to be that sharp edges means you should reduce the size of that feather. You should not increase it. And if you want that to be spreaded one, so you should increase the feather rate here. So I'll be increasing around 300. So 300. Now before that I'll just take a layer and then I will increase around 300. Okay, so it will apply. So I have added one layer and then I have taken 300 feather here, 300 rate. For feather rate is 300 here. Now I'm drawing the circle here. So I got the circle now. So select the color whatever you want for the sun. So I'm selecting the color, and if you want to apply just alt backspace to apply. See, this will be the result if you increase a feather. So if you increase feather, this will be the result. If you have not increased the, if it is in a normal, you can see the other pictures here before whatever we have done. So it is in a sharpened edges, and the color has applied in normal way. So if you want that to be color should be spreaded means you should increase the feather. And now I'm deselecting that dotted lines, then control T and reduce the size of that sun and put it here. Okay, and that white which should be in front that went back, so take that layer and put that up, so it will come like this. So now your sun is ready. And increase the size of that circle a little and arrange it properly. And if you have taken this control T, means that line which is there here. So if that one that should go means you should click enter to go. Okay, and after that I can add the clouds here if I want. So I'm adding a cloud here. So for that I'll be taking the same tool, elliptical only, elliptical tool. So I'm taking an elliptical tool. I'm just drawing the cloud. Now I can't draw because the feather rate is 300. So I should reduce now. After giving everything, you should reduce the feather rate. And feather rate should be within 5. Then only you'll get the perfect shape like this. Or else it will go like this for every each and every object whatever you draw. So if you want to be a perfect drawing means you should decrease the size. It should be within 5. I'm giving around 3 here. So I'll be adding a layer, and now I can add a clouds here. See, it will come like this. And if you go out of your work area, no, so if I apply color, I'll show you. Wait. So if I'm moving means it will come out of the work only. So remember, your work should not go out of the box. Okay, it should be within the box only. So before doing your work, remember you're doing it properly, and within that box only you should draw. You should, whatever you're doing, drawing, it should be within the box only. Okay, now I can give the color. I can apply it. I'm giving giving the gray here. So I have selected. I selected the color here. So if I want to apply, Alt backspace to apply. Now Control D to deselect and Control T to transformation of that. And now if you want to move that, or if you want to rotate that object whatever you have drawn, so just go to that corner of that box and you'll get this rotation symbol. So you can rotate however you want. Okay, now just arrange it wherever you want. Again I'm adding a cloud here. So you should take the add selection, then only it will add whatever. If I'm drawing, so if that is adding means you should take the add selection from this property bar, then only it will add. If you are taking the subtract selection, see, if you are taking the subtract selection, everything will go like this. So remember you are taking the add selection. Okay, see, it will go like this. So take the add selection and then add it. So now add the layer again, and everything should be in separate layers. And if you want to give the name for it, just right click on that and go to artboard from layer, and you can name it however you want, road or background, sun, cloud, anything like that. You can add the name. And if you want to group particular thing, for example, you should, if you want to group the gate, road and this track means, you can group it, and you should click on that particular layer and you should give the control key as control G. Or else if you want to go with the option means, right click and you can group it. See, group from layer, so you can group it. Or else if you want to go with the control key means, you can go with the control key. Control G is the control key for grouping the layer, whereas you are grouping the objects also here. Okay, so now give the color. I'm selecting the color. I'm selecting the light color. Alt backspace. Shift I've done in this layer only, road layer. So control Z. I've taken the new layer, select on that and give the color now. Control Alt backspace and now Control D to deselect, Control T to transformation of that, and now reduce the size of that and you can arrange it. So I'll just give a enter here. So now I should create a background here. So if I want to create a background means, I'm selecting the elliptical marquee tool only. So I'm I'm drawing the background here. So I've taken the background, have drawn the background. So I should add the layer for it. And if you are confused with the layers, you can hide and hide and you can see the layers. So now select the color for the background. So I'm selecting the green. I'm taking green here. So if you are applying the color for it, Alt backspace to apply color. So now it is in front. Control D to deselect. Now you can see it is in front, and so we should put that background behind of this gate, road, everything. So I'm taking this layer and dragging down. Hmm. Now we got. So just put that greenery backside of the gate, and after that you can see the uh, corners here. So it is not full. It is not arranged properly. So if I want to arrange properly, I should press Ctrl T to transform control. So now I can increase it. Now this will be our background. And after, I should add the other front of this background. I should add some other things, objects also. So for that, I should take elliptical only. So I'm taking elliptical here. So I'm adding a layer. I'll select a color. If I want to apply a color now, Alt plus backspace to give a color and Control D. So now you can see. So again, I'm adding extra. So for that, for grass purpose, so I'm adding extra layer here. For this, each and everything should be in separate layers only here. Photoshop is working with the layers only. So you should be adding separate layers for each and every object. So I'm selecting the color, Alt backspace to give a color, and Control D. Now I should send this layer behind of this layer. So I should take this and I should put it like this. Arrange it properly, and I'm going to increase it. Going to increase it. Give an enter. And now I'm adding other circle also here. And now take a layer, add other layer and select the color. Alt backspace to give color, and Control D, and Control D to select properly and arrange it properly like this. And you can get the grass like this. And if you want to edit more with the grass means you can take these kinds of option, add selection or a subtract selection or intersect, anything like that. You can take these kinds of option and you can edit however you wish to. So now I'll be creating a bird, so a kind of a bird, so where we'll not get exactly like a bird, so we can create somehow like that. So for that I'll take a elliptical marquee tool here. So I'm adding the circle. So now I'm taking a add selection here. I'm taking here add selection. So now where now I'm taking the subtract selection. So you can subtract it like this, however you want. So now I'll add one layer and I'll just give a black color for it. Alt press backspace and Control P. So it is not exactly like bird, it's looking like bat. So Control T. I'll reduce the size of it and then make that very tiny. Reduce the size again. Control plus for zoom. And if you want to move that, so use space bar and move it. And now you can place it anywhere and you can rotate the object. So now I'll just zoom out and then show you. It looks like a bird. Okay. And if you reduce the size of it, So now what I'll do, I'll just duplicate of that bird. Again and again we cannot create the same bird and will not get the same bird like that. So for that I'll be duplicating of that bird. So if I want to duplicate, right click on that layer, particular layer, and go to that option duplicate layer. Or else if you want to go with the control key means go press control J to duplicate. So now duplicate the layer. So again control T, press control T, and by using arrows, your keyboard arrows, so you can use your keyboard arrows. You can use your keyboard arrows to arrange, and I'm taking this layer up and I'm putting it. So now I'm clicking control T and arranging. And if I want to add means I can add some more few objects. So now I'll be taking, so control D to deselect, and see, single row marquee tool means where you will be getting the measurement of it. So like this, whatever you have drawn, so you can measure that particular object and you can draw and further things. So same thing for single column also. So you can measure things with this. Only you are working with these two tools, rectangular marquee tool and elliptical marquee tool. And if you want to move any object, you can move this. You can take the move tool to move, or else you can go with a control key called control T, where you should select the particular layer and then you should take control T to move that particular object. Okay, so now I'm taking the rectangular marquee tool to draw some tree, a kind of a tree thing. So I'm taking the color. So apply the color, alt plus backspace to apply color, and control D to deselect it. And now I should put this tree behind that gate only. So I'm taking this layer. Okay. Okay. So I made a mistake here. So I have drawn that tree in the same, which I have duplicated in that same layer only. I have drawn this. So I should press Ctrl Z to undo, and I should add other layer. So where it disabled when I moved the layer, so it got this bird got disabled. So now add a layer and apply the color and control D. Now move that particular layer and Mm. Now draw the upper part of it. I'm taking the add selection here. Add it. So somehow it should look like tree. So you should. Okay. I will just select the color for it. And now I'll apply color. So now, so again I did that in the same layer. So again I should add a layer, then I can give a color. So now Control D and Control T. Somehow you can arrange it like this. So now, so we have created the picture like this. So if you want to add some car or something bike or something like that, if you want to add any of that object means you can add it more. So this is the drawing where we can do like this by using these kind of only these kind of rectangular and elliptical tool, and only with this two tool I have taught you today the drawing thing, and this will be your assignment. So you should draw this assignment, you should practice the assignment, same thing you should draw. You should create your own drawings by using only with these two tools, and you can use the property bar as well. In that you can use anything, and same thing you should practice. So this will be your drawing, and everything should be in separate layers as I told you. So this will be your assignment, guys. You should do the same drawing. I mean, like you can create your own drawings and use the same tools and techniques. That's all. So whatever I have taught you today, is use the same tool and techniques for your assignment, for your practices, and remember to create the artboard, and it should be whatever the color mode and the resolution, whatever you have given, that will affect to your work, whatever you'll be doing here, that will gonna affect here. So remember to give the proper measurement there and give the proper output of yours. Okay, and you can use the same drawing, or you can do the same drawing for practice, or you can use, or you can create your own drawing, or you can get the reference from somewhere else. Okay, so I want to, so now I will be taking your attendance. Just call out your names, guys. Just call out your names one by one.
Ma'am Purnashri S.
Okay.
Dipna
Tejaswini
Devaya,
Keshi.
ma'am.
Okay.
Tejaswini Keshi.
Ma'am,
Tejaswini.
Kesi.
Okay.
Ma'am
Ma'am
Srija
Samiksha
Datta.
Bajaj.
Samiksha.
Bajaj.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am Srija Datta.
Hmm. Excuse me.
Ma'am,
Srija.
Okay, okay,
ma'am
B.
Kushi Bang.
Sharada.
okay,
Ma'am Sanjupta
Ma'am,
Gupta.
okay.
ma'am,
Ma'am
Kaushiki
Kushi Bang.
Bhaumik.
Excuse me.
Kushi Bang.
Kaushiki Bhaumik.
Okay, okay, okay,
Ma'am B. Sharada.
okay.
Ma'am
Ma'am,
Adya
Ma'am,
Sudha.
Ma'am Sahana
Hello,
Excuse
Kulkarni.
ma'am.
me. Okay, okay,
Hello,
Sarina
ma'am.
Fernandez.
okay,
Ma'am Jyoti
Ma'am,
Bhuvan.
okay.
ma'am Khushi Bang.
No.
KHUSHIBANG.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Ma'am Huda
Ma'am
Konen.
Adya Tyagi.
Ma'am Hitaishi.
After calling your name, just mute the mic. Okay. Yes. Tell me.
Hitaishi.
Okay.
Mary Sanjana,
Okay.
Jyoti
Shrisha
Bhuvan.
Siddharth.
Okay.
Ma'am Huda Konen.
Okay.
Ma'am Adya Tyagi.
Okay.
Ma'am Anuka Varsha.
Okay.
Ma'am
Ma'am
Kaushiki Bhaumik.
Okay.
Ma'am Afreen Sultana.
Okay.
Ma'am Thongam Tamlembi.
Huh?
Thongam Tamlembi.
Okay.
Ma'am
Okay.
Chris John.
Christian. Hmm.
Ma'am
Okay.
Jyoti B.
Excuse me.
Ma'am Jyoti DM.
So it's not audible, pa. Come again, again.
Ma'am Jyoti DM.
Okay.
Ma'am Srija Datta.
Okay. sir. So, Samiksha Bajaj, so you have asked me to send the recording. So, I'll be sending the recording in the main group only. So, you can see there, okay? So, anyone, if you got lost your connectivity, so you can see the group there. So, you'll be getting the video there, okay? So, Sanjukta, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tia, Dia, you're present? Dia MD.
Ma'am, Achala is present. She's not able to unmute.
Okay, Achala. Amrita Roy, H, you're present? Okay, Jyoti DM,
Ma'am,
you're
present.
present? Okay. Amrita Roy, what about you? Amrita Roy, H, you're present? Okay, so thank you guys. We'll be ending our class for now. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class and practice that whatever I taught you today and use the same tools, okay? Same tools and same techniques and create your own drawings. Okay guys, thank you. Bye.